Now, thanks for staying with us. If you're just tuning in, we are discussing our Ladies' Night Out, and we're discussing kidnap trends that is currently happening around the Lagos Lekki axis, and we're trying to attempt to prefer solutions as well. So please let us hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join this conversation. Tweet at us at WayShowAfrica1 with the hashtag WayShow, or you send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. Our phone line is open now. Please, when you're calling in, try to turn off the volume of your television and try to keep it within a minute so we can have more people join the conversation. Thank you so much. All right, so I was going to say that, honestly speaking, with what everybody has said, that's the truth. That's our reality. I mean, I like the way Norma is trying to use English to just tell us that we have an incompetent leader. But the truth is, I remember clearly, someone was asking me, where's my wedding ring? I remember clearly when Governor Ambode joined Lagos State Government. I'd lived, up until that time, I had lived 8 years in Lagos. I'd never been robbed. So when Governor Ambode joined, he became the governor in 2015. That year, I was robbed. And of course, they took us to the ATM. They took our wedding rings. They took a lot of money. So by the time they were able to get a lot of money from about 3 or 4 of my husband's ATM cards, they let us go. And I was shaking and all of that. So, of course, when I had the opportunity to interview the governor, I told him, I said, but I saw that there was a bit of, he was flustered the first few months, maybe 8 months of his. But by the time he got a hang of it, he had already picked up, and the security architecture of Lagos State started becoming better. Governor Sanwo-Olu has been in power since 2019. 2 years now.
He's trying to get a hang of it.
And guess what? Armed robbery does not exist anymore.
It's not kidnapping.
Do you understand? Kidnapping has become the new oil, where people just go in, quickly, sharp. Because, of course, you are a citizen. And that's why I'm still wondering, what are the senators thinking? What are you thinking? If you are kidnapped, would you sit and not pay the ransom? Do you understand? You would not sit and not pay the ransom. So I'm saying that, so while the government is trying to gather their acts together, because which I know that they're not put together. The government is not put together. What can we as citizens do, right, to get ourselves in a position where we are not, we're not in a compromising situation where you can be kidnapped? Maybe we can start from there.
Okay. My first thought, the thought that ran through my mind now is, we have to resurrect this community police and vigilantes, yes, and OPC.
Amongst communities, yeah.
Yes, because when, I think some few years back, when these people started springing up in every neighborhood, there was a total decline in armed robbery. Maybe we can start from there. And maybe the police trust fund in Lagos State. I know, because the police know where these boys are. They know, they know how to do the job, but they are not well remunerated.
I saw a video. Was it last week? I think it was a picture, a thread from the essay to the governor.
Sorry, 1 minute before you take your, don't lose your thoughts. Let me take David's call. Thank you for joining us. David from Akure, right?
Yes, I'm on the line.
Thank you for joining us.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I am surprised to see that some of the transactions that maybe when somebody is kidnapped, you make some bank transaction with the kidnapper, or sometimes I heard that they pay by cash. And the government cannot assist, like in those days I understand that there is a way you can track money. There is a way you can pay with money that is being tracked. And wherever this money goes to, you can always track this money. So why is it that today we have the government that doesn't even think to that direction? And when they have any Yahoo boy that made a transaction right from overseas, they can trace that boy to underground. So why is it that our government just focus on things that are useless and forget about the way to secure their citizens? That is my submission, because I am surprised that this kidnapping is increasing by day. All over the country, it's increasing every day. And there is I believe there is a way to track these people. Every transaction about kidnapping Is it by cash? Is it by transfer? Is it maybe they collect your ATM and wire some money from there? They can't trace them. And I know there is a way they can trace them. But they refuse to do that.
Thank you. Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Thank you. Elsie, you're going to say something about the essay.
I like what he said.
Yeah.
I mean, they need to start doing their job. So he posted something regarding, I think it was the police or some people going to break down a gate in Lekki because it was closed during the day. And in my mind, I was wondering, especially with the rise of kidnapping, would you blame anyone for wanting to secure themselves? How did we even get to the point where we all have gates protecting ourselves? Is it not because of the failure of the government? So you are happy and proud to come and display and tell us that you're breaking down gates because it was being closed at a particular time when people are trying to protect themselves. I also cannot believe that the police, I'm sorry if I'm pointing accusing fingers, but I'm a citizen that is scared because I don't know the day they will kidnap me. I cannot believe that the police is not involved in this drama. There is nobody that can tell me the police is not involved
brings us
in this drama.
To this quote, I will repeat it anytime I talk about insecurity or anything. I will bring back that Abacha's quote that says, if is it insurgents last beyond 24 hours, you understand?
No,
the
I
hand
believe
of the government is involved. So there is no how. Even the bunkery that they talk about on the highway where they bunk, you take crude oil and all of that, that entire chain, the naval officers, all of them are it's a complete, what's they call, syndicated system where everybody is involved and they are getting their own share from it. So kidnapping has become a big deal. So you are now targeting people that are just coming back from work or, because this one happened at 8 p.m. for goodness sake. 8 p.m. So how? I can't go to work anymore. I can't come back from work. I cannot drive an SUV anymore. Talking about solutions.
Well,
I'm
happy that, sorry, I'm happy that it's happening in the elitist environment.
Yeah.
There will be a solution. There will be a quick solution. I can tell you. When the elites are affected, you will see.
Is Lekki elite?
Of course.
Lekki is the average citizen.
That's where the elites.
The elite are in Banana Island.
No, that's the super
Don't think about even those that have more money than people in Ikoyi are in Lekki. Don't even assume it.
You will see a quick solution.
Let me come to you.
But some people are just trying to make sense out of life.
Okay.
Really. And then you put them in those situations. When you hear the stories of some of these people, they're just normal people like you and I. Would you say you're, okay, maybe someone will, categorize you as elite?
No.
Oh.
I did not lead you.
In that neighborhood.
But that's the narrative.
I'm not living in Lekki.
You're seen in a car, seemingly good, you look good, you can afford to drive a car. Oh, you seem to be better than myself. Okay, then I'm going to take advantage of you.
But do we now
That's
think
where we
that
are.
the people that are behind these kidnappings are actually poor people asking for 1 million and 2 million and 5 million?
No.
We are coming to that.
Remember Evans?
Evans
when he
my
was
neighbor.
caught.
Was my customer in Magodo.
You know his
Let me
property,
take
right?
You have something directly to do with it.
Yes.
Hey,
Oh,
Jesus.
Wale, are you? Oh, sugar. Wale, are you there or did we lose him? Evans was my customer. The wife was coming to my business every
And they were
day.
buying well. I mean,
You should also
correct customers.
No.
You don't get my
the
point.
police should pick
It's
you up.
God that saved me. So when we are talking about what's it called? When we are talking about protecting
Solution.
yourself,
Okay.
I've seen people talk loosely. You don't know who is sitting beside you and listening to your conversation. So now is the time that you have to be extremely vigilant.
Very conscious.
You can't have a conversation with your driver in the car. You're talking about millions of naira transactions. You have to be very discreet about your earnings.
Or go to the
But let me
salon and
take
be telling them how
Fatima.
much
So I'll
you
come
make.
to solutions to you. Fatima, are you there? Thank you for calling from
Yes,
Abuja.
I'm here. Good evening.
Thank you for calling.
Hi, ladies. Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Fatima. I'm calling from Abuja. The thing is, it is really sad how things have gotten in the country. It is almost as if kidnapping is getting more traction than Yahoo.
Yes.
People can do anything, commit any crime, not feel any remorse, go back to it, and nothing would happen. Because the government is not proactive. The government is not doing anything. All we are hearing are excuses. We'll get to it, you get it. What are the solutions? What are they doing? Now, I heard that the president has traveled to France for an African finance summit, and this is one of the issues that he's going to address or they're going to talk about. I hope that when he returns, we'll find a lasting solution to this problem. Because if nothing is done, I tell you, come 10 years from now, we might be seeing dead bodies on the road and nobody's going to do anything about it. Because that's how things have gotten.
Absolutely.
It is really, really sad. Well done, ladies.
Thank you so much, Fatima.
Thank you.
Amazing contribution. You know, that's French summit. In fact, see, let's take comments from our audience.
So the summit he went to do in France now, what would he learn from there?
Let's take comments.
Lives and
Okay, I have a comment here. It says, good evening, ladies. What is different between APC and PDP? Okay. 2, Boko Haram leader killed again. I hope he will not rise tomorrow again. 3, Nigerian senators are drunkards. Sometimes they talk just so senselessly. I guess they talk senselessly. And 4, Nigerians lack leadership. All we have now is just political jokers and rulers. And Nigeria should have a plan B. Tony from Germany.
Is in Germany.
Nice. Thank you.
Let me hear your comment now.
Excuse me. Despite the numerous cases of kidnapping on the island, the Lagos State Commissioner of Police is still denying. Then he forwards
he forwarded a tweet.
Yes, to say, please, press release, Lagos State Command, dated the 20th of May 2021. No kidnapping recorded in Lagos State. CP Odumosu.
Such a response.
The Commissioner of Police, Lagos State, CP Akim Odumosu, has again debunked the rumors of alleged kidnapping in any part of Lagos State. He said recorded.
Recorded does not mean that it does not happen.
It did happen. Maybe recorded
Because-
by the police.
Because the robbery that we were robbed, we never reported it to the police.
So is he supposed to
still-
be putting out this kind of press release?
To allay the fears of people. Because
no, you
really
can't allay the fear. You
it's
must.
really heightened.
So where I was
in a
going.
digital age, for goodness
Maybe it's
sake.
part of security.
If you tell Plus TV Africa, Arise News channels not to carry it, we will hear it.
People don't even need to.
They don't need to.
The TV houses anymore. They just tweet.
I did not tell you where I
That was
saw.
spontaneous.
I said where I saw the picture of this 15 years jail term. Yesterday it was on Samuel Postu's page on Instagram.
On Instagram.
But so because I saw it there, I was not sure that it was really news
Authentic.
until I saw it carried by a major what's it called daily.
house.
You know, but Norma, you have a comment. Then
Yes, I do. It
please
says
always add your names.
it is very clear that this government at all levels have failed Nigerians. Why is it that our politicians are decamping from other political parties to the political party that has failed Nigerians?
Okay, God will help us.
Big
Let me take
question,
Abe. We'll ask that question. Abe from Port Harcourt, thank you for calling.
Okay, hi, good evening, ladies.
Hey, we have a lot of ladies calling
Yeah,
today.
can you hear me? Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, I just want to make a quick contribution on the subject tonight. I just want to tell our leaders that nobody wants to pay ransom to kidnappers or all of those things. We want to be safe in Nigeria. And if your loved one is kidnapped, what options do you have?
Thank you.
So if they're now trying to criminalize, parting away with your hard-earned money to save your loved ones, that's just another way of telling us that the police cannot protect us. That when we go to them, they will criminalize the act of trying to save our loved ones. What we want to see is a situation where when things like this happen, there are numbers you can call and someone can come to your rescue and they will actually do the right thing, stand by you and make sure that your people are saved and not criminalizing the act of trying to save our loved ones. All I'm saying is that the government is just trying to tell us that we are on our own and they do not care about us. And it's time we all arose to do something about it. I'm glad you guys mentioned that 2023 is around the corner, so we should be thinking about doing things in that direction to get people that can listen to us, that can feel our pain, to go and represent us, because obviously things are not working at all in this country, and all of us cannot jack back.
We cannot. So security is a dynamic. I mean, this is what I'm saying. You can't prosecute the person paying kidnap ransom. It is the kidnapper you should look for.
If you're prosecuting, what are the options?
Sorry.
What are the options? If you're telling people, for every law, you have to have an option. If you're telling people not to steal,
Not to pay.
then you are creating, I'm using that as an example. Then you have to create an avenue to channel
And make wealth,
themselves to be able to make wealth. So if you're telling people not to pay ransom,
what is
then
the other
what
option?
are the options?
What security measures have you put in place?
I want to respond to the question about PDP and APC. The real question is, what is the difference? Because it's, to me, it's just like you, sorry I have to mention brands. It's just like you saying, I support peak milk. I don't support 3 crowns. Who owns 3 crowns and peak milk?
Let
I
me
didn't
take,
know that.
Let me
Sorry,
take a
Uwa.
comment quickly, 1 minute.
Okay.
Security is a dynamic issue. Nigeria is a country with strategic importance to people from Sahel region. If Nigeria wants peace, we must first devise a means of protecting our northern borders. Only then we can fetch out others still within our country. That's from Edo. I don't know where your name, but you said from Edo. To me from Lagos, I think. Okay, Lami, I'll come to you.
Yeah, from Ogba.
Okay, thank you.
From Ogba.
Tommy from Ogba, thank you for joining us.
All right, now, welcome, Ua and Co.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done for the good job you are doing over there.
Thank you.
Quickly, I want to read to us from Agai 2 verse 6.
Okay.
That's exactly what will happen in Nigeria. Believe it or leave it. But let me just read to us. It says, for thus saith the Lord of hosts, yet once, it's a little while, and I will shake the heavens and the earth and the sea and the dry land, and I will shake all nations, and the desire of all nations shall come, and I will fill this earth with glory, saith the Lord of hosts. That's what will happen in Nigeria. A shaking is coming.
Amen.
And all these people will be shaking away.
Amen.
Believe it or leave it, what God will do, God will do.
Amen.
It is becoming too much.
No, it's
And
too
God
much.
is angry. And that's what will happen.
Thank you so much, Tommy. We
God
just
will help us
hope and we pray that it
This
comes to
prophecy
pass.
comes-
It comes to pass.
My
Yes.
what I was going to say quickly is, I have heard, because it's so laughable, I have heard, I don't have any evidence to that fact, that the police the police officers are actually the channel between the kidnappers and the kidnapped. They always help them convey this ransom, because you ask me, how do these ransoms get to the kidnappers? So they're not even addressing that. Even our own police are also part of it.
Let me take this message.
Okay, okay.
So-
I was going to just quickly say
So
to
who
Lami,
would arrest
Lami,
who now?
Don't worry, you don't need to say I've heard. You remember we took a story of those students that were kidnapped, and they said that on their way to go and pay the ransom, they met some security
soldiers,
personnel that told them that safe journey. As they told them what is in the bag. They said it was money that was for ransom, that they were going to go and pay kidnappers. They
So
said,
who would
well
arrest who in this case?
sorry, Elsie, sorry.
The way
Benjamin
out-
from
okay.
where? Imo State. Thank you for calling. You take your call.
I'm hearing you.
Go ahead.
Are you hearing me?
Go ahead. Yes, Benjamin, we can hear you. It's buzzing.
Okay. My take on the issue of punishment being meted on the people who pay ransom to rescue their kidnapped persons is straight to say that we have clueless and inexperienced legislators who abandoned their duties, who left the substance and began to pursue shadow. The problem is not on the the paying of ransom, but on measures to stop the kidnapping or to arrest kidnappers. It all boils down on security. They are the first people to pay ransom if their relations are kidnapped. But because they have surrendered themselves to security operatives and move about, their dogs also have security. Therefore, they cannot be kidnapped. They are not prone to kidnap. So they don't see it. Instead of addressing the very problem, they abandon their duty and begin to talk about another thing. It is the kind of leaders and legislators we have. So we are saying that they should, as a matter of utmost urgency, address issue of security.
Thank you.
And not talking about punishment for somebody who is paying ransom to
Thank you.
save his own person.
Thank you,
If you
Benjamin.
don't and the person is killed,
Thank
the
you.
government will do nothing to help you.
Okay, so this message is from Raphael from Zaria. He says the way out of these kidnappings is simple. Just hold security operatives accountable and start prosecuting them for any incident in their area of assignment.
So there is no how, because it seems like we're trying to attack our security personnel, but honestly speaking, I have seen police that wants to work. I mean, there was a time we were defrauded and, this thing went all the way to maybe Ibadan or something. They traced the person to his house. Police know the
They
work.
know the
When they are
job.
ready
They
to
just
But let me
need
take George from
stimulant.
Port Harcourt.
They will.
They need
Sorry,
stimulant.
ladies, it's a very strong conversation. George, are you there? Thank you for calling. George, are you there? Quickly. Oh, sugar, we need to cut that line off. It's not, yeah. There are too many calls coming in. Yeah, so, you know, so there's absolutely no way you can divorce the security personnel with the security structure that is currently going on. Because we've seen that even small vigilante in a community, you dare not come there to say you want to come and steal or whatever, because they know that, you know, there are vigilantes around there.
There has to be a mold for them to come in.
So there has to be a mold. So that window. So we were talking solutions because we really ran out of time. I was saying that conversations, let's mind our conversations. Then if possible, you know, honestly, right now, I've gone to go and resurrect one of my jalopy cars, because since you move at night, you know, especially when it's like a night movement, you know, let's try to just keep a very low profile.
Let's drive jalopy when
yes,
we're going.
let's try to keep a low profile. No, it's important. Let's keep a low profile, because
What about
these
people that are
just
walking on the street?
no, well,
They actually pick up random people.
On the street, yeah.
You have an uncle or an uncle, auntie that
course,
you
you
somebody
can
that
call.
pay.
Rescue.
That's all. It's not cars. If it's car, if you jump into my front, I will kill you.
I think it's a general consciousness that we need to begin to be security conscious ourselves. If you're driving, watch.
or you just
Be aware of the
your
environment.
environment.
If you're walking, be aware of your environment.
don't go on the Ekoyi Bridge. Wale from
Jogging at
Lagos.
night, so
I need
Wale
to-
from Lagos, quickly. We've run out of time. Wale, are you there?
Hello.
Quickly, Wale, in 1 minute.
Hello.
Hi, Wale.
Hello, good evening.
Thank you for calling.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. I'm going to ask you a question. Good job you're doing.
Thank you.
What is the worth of a Nigerian life? Let's take it from there. Because if our life is worth something, this thing that has been going on from the north to the east, now is with us down home in Lagos. You cannot even drive on motorway coming home from Lekki. Even you are going out in the morning, those boys will be banging on your windscreen, asking for money. 2 weeks ago, a friend of mine was attacked on Ojota just to climb up. It's God that saved that guy. He has to run into another car in front. Not until the guy in front came down and saw his car damaged, the guy had to enter the car and he took off, both of them. He's now in Lagos. So what is the worth of a Nigerian life? Let's ask our leaders. Are they even leaders in the first place? Thank you.
Okay. I guess that's how much we can take.
Taking a cue from Wale, I think we ought to also be aware of how valuable our lives are. So if you must, guard yourself. There are people who have tasers or something.
Okay.
Something that you
Let's
can
go and
use.
buy pepper spray and taser.
Not armed, of course. I don't know about gun rules in Nigeria, but something to protect yourself with. It's very important.
Okay. So I think we've run out of time.
Yeah.
Honestly, thank you, Norma Ifanga, for doing this with us. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
It's something
Thank
we'll
me
keep
for bullying me to the studio.
Thank you, Elsie Godwin. We're going to bring this conversation because you see, the truth is, our security is first of all important. You can take everything else from us, but at least give us
That's
peace and
security.
security. Yeah. All right, so Ways was birthed from the need to inform, inspire, and influence lives towards action. And this year we started our CSR focus on curbing unemployment in Nigeria. So if you're a company, please partner with us by allocating internship slots. And if you're a job seeker, keep watching Ways and follow us on all our social media handles, as this will be an all-year-round engagement. So tell your friends to keep all eyes on Ways. Thank you to everyone that called. I still heard the phone line is still buzzing. So in case you missed today's quote, here it is again. You only need a few people to effect a kidnapping. You need to let this quote sink in. Just few successes and it becomes a ripple effect. We'll see you live tomorrow at 8 p.m. as we bring another great conversation to your screen. Enjoy.